Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here, November 1st. Look at us. We've gotten through most of the year. 2022 is literally wrapping at the window. It's coming. It's coming.
Thank God.
It was chilly today, so we both have our long sleeves.
It's
super
70
cold
out,
this
which
morning.
feels
Now
nice,
it's 70, and I'm like, I need to take this off. That's that bipolar weather that Florida has, that Gainesville has, but I love it. I love when you wake up for crisp and cool.
No.
To wear my long sleeve.
Nah. I don't like it when it's cold and then it's hot and then it's cold and it's hot.
I remember when I was younger.
Just pick one.
I'd walk down to the bus stop and I'd be in like my jacket. And it would get so hot I would leave my jacket. So I had to have like 7 jackets because I kept leaving them at the school. Yeah.
I understand this. My children's jackets were at the school also. Mm-hmm. So I totally get that. Yeah,
you just leave them on the back of your chair.
I could do the weather that it is outside, like 8 months of the year, and then in summer have it.
But then you're
blazing.
living in California.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
No, thank you. No income tax
All
for
right,
me.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again at the Rabell Realty Group podcast. We love having you here. We are Kristen Rabell and
Rebecca Johnson,
both broker owners of Rabell Realty Group. And did we say a couple other companies? That's okay.
K&R Property Management. There's a plug for us.
All right, there we go. Yay! So if you're looking to buy or sell or join real estate, call us. If you're looking to list your look at that.
Oh, there we go.
As someone to manage your company, you manage your properties, then not your company, your properties.
No, we don't want to do that.
Then we've got K&R Property Management. So we'll show that slide again later. But thanks, Elio. That's great. Okay. All right. Do we want to start it off?
The Monday market
moment. We're like, we don't hear the song, whispering to each other.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
So let's see. We'll take a look at what's happening in North Central Florida. All right, let's start with Gainesville, Alachua County. So this is for the month of October. These are as accurate as the programs will allow us to be. I will say that Gainesville's in the middle still of switching to Stellar, which I believe the old MLS is going away. So
today's the last day.
Just the new MLS, but I can tell you that we haven't finished doing a full audit in our office, so I'm sure that we're not alone in that. So as best we can tell, there are 159 active for the month of October that have come on and still on. Or I'm sorry, this is October, right? Mm-hmm. I know today is November.
Right, November 1st, yeah.
Okay, woo. Okay, for October, you have 380 pending and 294 closed so far. Jumping down to Hillsborough County, you have 462. No MLS changes there. Contract changes start today if you're a realtor and you aren't aware. I actually read a really great write-up in the Florida Realtors magazine.
I saw that. There's a lot of addenda also that's added.
Very detailed. So
helpful for, we don't have to come up with something.
Hello,
What's
Karen.
up, Karen.
I was wondering if you'd be here since
Most
you didn't
Karen
answer
of all
my call.
Karens. Just kidding. The original Karen, the OG.
Who did not answer my call, and she missed her allotted mother-daughter time call of the day. So she knows. Okay, so Tampa. And this is really like Tampa Bay, South Tampa area. 462 active, 1,177 pending, and 980 closed.
So what I've noticed, it's the end of the month, right? They're doing the month of October here. That 980 is definitely showing a lower amount than it was with the 1,400. So we have seen that dip. I think Tampa always shows us the biggest dip, and even Ocala, because they were up in the 1,000 range as well. Gainesville super low at 294. I mean, come on, that's really low. So right now it just shows that our market's a little slower than it was, and that's usually typical for this time of year. I'll let you keep going. I just had to throw that in there.
All right, so Ocala Marion, 412 active, 896 pending, and 756 closed. They probably seem the most, well, St. Augustine looks pretty steady too, but Ocala seems very steady. Like they haven't seen any changes. It seems like, Susan. I love Susan. She's so silly. All right, so St. Augustine.
All right, so St. Augustine active 69. We finally hit a number lower than 90 or 89. So that's a huge difference.
And it's they just haven't had as many coming on, it looks like. Or that's 69 active.
Yes.
That's all that's available. And I could tell you if you get on like Zillow and look, because sometimes I'll do that. I'll look on MLS and then I'll look online. And it's like hard to find listings in that whole little region. So 49 pending, 47 closed. If they have as many agents as we have in Gainesville, then, you know, most of them are eating like beanie weenies for dinner this month. So, because they haven't had a closing. So anyways, that's your market report. I can't get that song out of my head now. Thanks, Susan.
Thanks, Susan. Always doing that to us.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, just, you know, keep showing that the market's changing. We'll talk a little bit later about how to watch that, how to watch it and see if it's ready for you. But this is typically the time of year that we slow down. We'll pop back up a little bit for these buyers wanting to come in and close before the end of the year, because remember, you have to buy this year to be able to apply for homestead for next year, because we pay in arrears. So right now we're getting our bills, our true bills. I think they come out this week. We already received the notice of what we're expected to pay, and then we're paying for 2021 come November. It's due by April. But you have to buy this year in order to be able to apply for homestead for next year. You have to apply by the end of February. So we are going to see probably a little bit of a jump of buyers. But again, with the low inventory, that might be a little hard for some of them to be able to close by the end of the year. So we'll talk more about homestead as we get closer. I think it's a topic that'll come up a lot, especially July up until end of February, beginning of March. And we can even sort of go over how to fill the document out if we want to. But yeah. So Halloween was just this weekend. We have some fun pictures of the kids over in Tioga, which was just as crazy as every year.
It was a zoo. It was way crazier this year. I mean,
we got to have little Sebastian there, little bad boy Sebastian. He was Dennis the Menace. We had a Mandalorian, Spider-Man. We had
a raven,
a
purple wolf, and Kylo Ren. So we had a little bit of everything there. So it was super fun. We had a great time. Love Halloween. Love being able to take the kids out. Of course, being on a Sunday night, that was a little harder. We did see a lot of kids that we knew, and Mason was not too happy having to go home, but he had a fun time. You thought it was way crazier? Yes.
See, I thought so too, but other people were saying no.
No, this was the craziest. I went and talked to my neighbor.
Abby was like, "Oh, this is nothing. This is normal." I was like, "No, I don't feel like it was."
This was not normal. Like
there were lines to each house.
Yeah. I should not have like a line of 30 people at all times like that I'm having to individually give pieces of candy out to.
And they were wrapping doors until 10 p.m.
I don't know if you had that, Carrie, but I had some people knocking on my door. They kept knocking, or somebody kept, and it was like a pounding. So,
we're in Hale, but we like to go over and visit you in Tioga. So
it's fun. It is fun to see the chaos. Now, maybe it was crazy like this pre-COVID, but I could tell you the last like year or two, it was not like this. Like definitely not last year, but I still went through like 15, 20 bags of candy last year, but not as fast.
So we totally think that like the families that live there who bring their friends, they should be allotted like an hour before the craziness, so we can get up to those and not have to stand in line for our neighbors' houses.
Yeah,
I think that would be great.
Plus, it gives us a chance to visit with our neighbors, and I think I'm an advocate for it. I know they've talked about it on Nextdoor before, because I could tell you there became a point when we hit 100 and I think that's 129th. Or maybe it's 132nd. I know I've lived there. I don't know what the streets are.
32nd.
But where I was just like, all right, I'm going to take the baby back and we'll pass out candy, because I was stressed out by the amount of people that were in the street. And we had to,
once you left us, we had to keep going. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep these 5 kids together? It was terrifying.
Yeah, I can't deal. Slow and steady. There you go.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Slow and steady in some places, completely crazy in Tioga, and a couple other places. I remember Longleaf used to be really crazy, really wild.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So we have this kind of funny story. It's not funny when you really delve into it, but it was funny upon first reading it. So Florida woman dressed up like a building.
I'm just relieved it's not Florida man.
And right. So here we go. The Florida woman. so the cop told her she needs a permit for a Halloween costume. And and I think you too, as a realtor who works with, builders and contractors, we thought that was pretty funny because we thought he was literally telling her, you need a permit for that building.
Yes.
So we thought that was great. But then I read the story and I was like, oh, she was actually advocating against this building, which we have something in Gainesville we'll talk about later. So she was telling everybody to dress up like buildings and protest against it. So he was saying she needs a permit for the protest, but it was really a Halloween party.
But whoever
they were all
wrote
going to protest.
The title.
The title was great.
Great job.
At least for realtors who work with builders,
That's true.
because I was giggling and I thought that was, what a great cop, what a great sense of humor.
I know.
But it wasn't really that. So now it's all about, if you're putting your house on the market, you probably had the stress of having your Halloween, all your Halloween stuff up. But what happens now that we're getting to Christmas? You still have to get your Christmas stuff up. So the stress continues. And our advice is Rebecca's advice is probably a little bit of mine, or a little bit different than mine, because she's like, just leave it down, minimalism.
Yeah.
For picture day, you definitely want to have, which is only one day. We always say it's the most uncomfortable day because you want all of your tchotchkes down, everything from on top of all of your countertops, your refrigerator, and try to remove too many of, or like most of your items for the pictures so it doesn't tell you when they're on there. Now, right now, this past year and a half, houses have been going way faster. But normally the house would take, maybe 60 to 120 days, and you don't want to get past Halloween and have those Halloween pictures up, right? Or now Christmas and still be listed. So we always say just be as minimal as possible. Sometimes photographers can be really good at hiding certain things. Obviously, though, with the Christmas tree coming in probably sometime this month, you're going to have to work against that. So try to get your listings up sooner. And right now, start really thinking about, I need to get those up now, get the pictures ready now. So when I do list, I don't have my Christmas tree up. That's, of course, if you celebrate Christmas and put a Christmas tree up. Now, I do know somebody just put their first Christmas tree up last week.
Yeah, I actually read something that said people are putting up Christmas early this year, and there are a couple thoughts behind it. One was that they want something joyful for the year.
When is it too
apparently
early?
It's never, according to like Hobby Lobby, TJ Maxx, Target.
Well, that's been going on for a long time, but I think the conversation right now is that, well, are they going to have Christmas trees and all this Christmas decor? Because this, what we're hearing is that they're not going to drop anything else off right now. So hopefully not too many of you are listening, because I need to go Hobby Lobby still. No, but they're apparently not going to have a lot of decorations. So now's the time to go Christmas shopping, get your decorations, and you can at least have them in the house at the house and ready to go up.
Guess we're putting the tree up at the office early this year.
Yeah. Actually, I have something that goes up very soon about that. But let's go ahead and take a break. I think we're on our break right now, and we'll get back to it.
I discovered Rabell Realty Group because Kristen is one of my oldest friends in Gainesville. And when I was looking around at brokerages, it just seemed like a natural fit. The problem I was looking to solve when I joined Rabell Realty Group was getting out of the rut I was in my career. I was very tired of being a graphic designer. I think the biggest benefits that I've received while working at Rabell is a sense of community, being able to work my own schedule, be with my family, show up to my kids' events when I want to, not having to ask for sick time, really becoming a business owner for my own business. I would recommend Rabell Realty Group to anybody in real estate who really wants the sense of community and who wants to feel like their brokers have your back and wants to work with people who are not in competition with you, but instead are trying to lift you up. I've really seen this firm change a whole lot over the past few years and grow into something much bigger and much different than I've seen anywhere else in the community. For being a small boutique brokerage, they have a powerful force in the real estate industry in Gainesville.
Oh, nice video from Sky Maze. Love it. Always a good one. All right. So what I was talking about with Christmas trees and like decor and everything. No. Sorry, Holly.
I agree,
That's
Holly.
the old school way.
I agree.
We're in the new school way. Anyways, so, oh, my phone's, hold on. Okay. So can you put up the next slide, please? Thank you. I got this email today, Gainesville Women's Club. They're doing the Festival of Trees with Keith Watson Events, and you can order a professionally decorated 7.5-foot Christmas tree. Now, it is $1,000, but that goes to the charity. And then you can also buy one for a local charity, and it's tax deductible. And so you're giving, that. I mean, we got to get all these tax deductible breaks before the end of the year. You can do that here. Here's the link where you can donate. Do that. You will get your tree up December 6th, and then you can. And they're like beautiful ornaments and beautifully decorated by, again, professional stagers. There are a bunch of themes. I don't know if you can select, but there are a bunch of themes, so I'm assuming that you can. I didn't really look into it because I wanted to put this up here because I think this is a great idea. A lot of us are strapped for time. We're a little stressed over everything. To have someone do it for you, for your house or your office, this is really great, I think, for business owners who can afford this, obviously. And then, buying another tree for a local charity, you're donating it to them, so that donation is tax deductible for you, but they get a beautiful Christmas tree as well. And what I thought was really interesting is that, so they put it up on by December 6th, I think, but they're recognized at the Festival of Trees events the weekend of December 2nd through 5th. So if you, want to have a charitable, deduction, but also have a gorgeous tree, these are two ways, or, one of each that you can do that. So GainesvilleWomen'sClub.org/donate. Thought that was kind of cool.
Very cool. Very good. Yeah, because the whole Christmas tree thing makes me nervous.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous we're not going to have so many. We don't have a lot of workers, so who's going to go cut down the trees, sell them? Then again, if you want to buy from your local church or an organization that you already love, go ahead and do that. You just got to decorate it. So hopefully you have decorations. But it's something we talk about every year. So do you want to get into Suburban Heights?
Yes, there is a commission meeting this evening. If you follow the City of Gainesville at all, which you should if you're a resident. So Suburban Heights, back behind the church that's
There's
basically...
a First Baptist church on the corner there, right?
Well, it's...
kind of.
It's not First Baptist. It's the... St. Michael's, isn't it? It's the back over
St.
there.
Michael's, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're
across
right.
from CVS, 43rd. I'm trying to think.
corner.
It's 16th. So Fresh Market, Publix, St. Michael's, CVS. So that land has been up for use for quite a few years. There was a proposed, I believe it was a coffee shop. They didn't say who it was going to be, but it had to have a drive-through, and the residents fought to not have anything retail go in on that corner. They fought really hard. I actually was at that meeting, and I remember it fondly. And then just so happens that Starbucks went in down towards 53rd.
Wait, it wasn't named.
I know, but I'm just saying it just so happens that that's what went in. So
But now they're trying to change it to U7, right?
Right. So
tell us about U7, Rebecca.
Well,
not everybody knows.
So basically, they're wanting to build a 6-story apartment or multifamily housing.
It's kind of a mix, though. I think U7 also allows a little bit of commercial as well.
You can do stuff on the bottom, basically what you see in Midtown. But the residents, it'll be an interesting meeting, whether you care about the outcome or not, if it affects you or not. The meeting will be good. I almost guarantee it whenever there are hot topics like this. So there's been a lot of developing going on in Gainesville. Parking lot number 10, which the city's been trying to develop for, 10 years how long have we been in real estate? Because it used to be, they wanted to be Gainesville Green, if you remember that apartment structure or condo structure. Then it went into a parking lot. It's been overflow, like outdoor eating for the last year and a half through the pandemic. But now they have somebody that wants to build there for that. That's not on this meeting, if I remember correctly. But anytime there's a neighborhood like this, the people are going to show up. They're going to call in. It's going to be interesting.
They get about 3 minutes to speak.
They get 3 minutes. Public comment is 3 minutes, and there's several portions of the meeting where they get public comment. And then, of course, the commission responds. So it'll be interesting to see what people have to say. I know it's been in the paper or the Gainesville Sun a lot. It was also in the Alachua Chronicle, where people how they're feeling about it. They don't want it. They don't like it. I get it if you've had a beautiful, more open-esque setting, because I believe there was like a playground and just fenced in trees,
a lot of trees,
all
there.
that, and now you're going to more of a apartment building,
right.
a city vibe. But I do want to say, even though I'm not going to say whether I agree with it or disagree with it, I am going to say that people also probably need to understand that a structure that goes vertical, the city can collect substantially more tax revenue from that, and it has less
taxes
right,
lower.
which has less, and it also has less impact on the roads if people are more concentrated towards the city center, as a friend would put it. I think he was on here a couple weeks ago. If they're more centralized and located towards things that they can walk, bike, or bus to, it actually helps taxpayers because there's less wear and tear on the roads. There's more tax revenue coming in. And I know people are going to say, but the developers get tax breaks. Well, yeah, you got to pay somebody to build something. We definitely need housing in Gainesville. So yes, there's always a tax incentive, but anybody that knows anything about real estate and taxes also knows that if you do multifamily, you get to depreciate that. So there's a substantial tax saving that doesn't come from the city, but it actually comes from the federal government, because everybody at the end of the day needs a place to live. And you got to have somebody that's willing to put in the work. And let me assure you, it's work. It's not like you just hire people and they just all show up and do what they're supposed to do. If that happens for you, please call me, because I want to know. I'm going to have to do like an inspection to see if this is actually the case, because anytime any builders that we've ever worked with hire somebody, if they're not there checking, it's not getting done. I mean, this beautiful weather, it's 2:30. Everybody's off, ready to go fishing or do something more fun than
continue
rub
working,
concrete, right? Or install
it's hard work,
wires.
so they get they feel like they've worked a lot, but you work 8 hours a day. They work 8 hours a day on building something, on putting something together. Manual labor. It's not as fun, so you've got to keep them going on with good spirits and helping push them.
The city of Gainesville, no, the commission meetings, while I'm thinking about it, because not everybody knows this. It's shocking to me that people don't know where they can watch this. One, you can tune in on Facebook Live. I find that to be the least reliable because it seems to have a lot of glitches. I don't know if it has to do with like bandwidth or what. Number two, you can go to the city's website. I believe it's just like cityofgainesville.org. Click on it. They'll have the meeting schedule. You can click on it and it will actually pull it up. It'll be live. I always just... that's what you have to do on the phone. What is this? Screen mirror it, like to where it pops up on the TV, but it's actually playing on the phone. I do that, or you can go in person.
There you go.
Going in person. If you've never been to a city commission meeting, going in person is always interesting, and you always want to pick
big ones like this.
Big ones
might
like
have to
this.
Stand up outside.
Yeah, I've had to stand in lobbies before because they'll fill up. What they do is they fill up the main room. Which it's not a small room, but it's not enormous. And then they do overflow down in the basement, which I'm just not prepared to go down into the basement.
But they have TVs,
or you can,
that you can watch. Mm-hmm.
Or you can watch in the lobby, which I've done. Right. So, yeah.
These really bring out some people, especially,
passionate people.
Yes, passionate people. All right. So 3 great ways to watch it tonight, the city commission meeting tonight. If you are passionate, 6:00 about this development in our area and, right next to Suburban Heights, be there. Be there, be square. 3 different ways. All right. Thanks, Rebecca. Always in the know. 3 signs the market is cooling off in your neighborhood. I'll go over these. I know. So this is something that I was sort of mentioning earlier. The market isn't really super cooling off, but different neighborhoods are experiencing different cool offs. So one of them would be you're seeing more signs stay up and not, and not rush out. You're seeing more things online and staying there for a lot longer. So I think it was 89% of homes in June of 2021 sold within a month, like under a month, like not just went under contract, but closed in a month. That's pretty amazing. And I think it was 49% back in 2019. So you can see things were, like I was saying earlier, normal markets back in the day were 60 to 120 days. More recently, they've been under 30 days. And in some neighborhoods, houses were going under the market with 10 to 20 offers within day 1 or 2. So once you start seeing that you're able to go to an open house, go, make an appointment without there being offers on, that means it's cooling off. And if you're really interested in a certain neighborhood, you probably want to keep up with that. So it's not just looking on Zillow or looking on buysellrebell.com, which is, I hope, where you're on, but online. It's also driving through just to see, are there more signs coming up? Is there more activity? Watching the open house websites, they'll come on as an open house because now we're able to do open houses. We weren't able to for a year and a half. We weren't really finding ways to keep up with, we couldn't get in these houses. But if you're given opportunities to view the houses before making an offer, that means it's cooling down. So I don't know if that was all 3 signs, but definitely watching the market and seeing that if they're taking longer, and obviously working with a realtor. Now, when you start seeing that they're cooling off, right? That's when you want to go back and get pre-approved. If you haven't been pre-approved for a while, you really want to stay up with that and calling your lender and making sure your pre-approval is still up to date, because more and more often we really need those pre-approvals to make an offer. Even in some markets, like I know the Tampa market, you can't show a house without a pre-approval. So if you don't have one, you need to go ahead and get that now. I would always say, the very first step is finding a Rabell Realtor. Okay, to work for you. The next step is to get pre-approved, and then that's when you can start seeing houses. I know a lot of buyers like to call us and say, I haven't been pre-approved, but I really want this house. You want to see your buying power, your financial power. You might be looking at houses way lower than what you can afford. You could be buying $100,000 more, and it still works within what you're making and what your affordability is. Why aren't you looking at that and making sure that you are looking in the right price price range? Now, conversely, you might be looking way too high than what you can afford, and you're not only you're just wasting your time. So I would say get a pre-approval, get with a Rabell Realty Group agent, and start really looking in those neighborhoods you want to look for. So that was it. That's what I wanted to say.
Very good.
Hopefully some good advice for you, or just some advice. So all right, thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate it. We'll hope to see you next week.
If you've got a home that you're looking to have managed, or a condo, or pretty much almost anything, not anything, but we're kind of close, call us. We'd be happy to take a look at it and give you an assessment on it, let you know what you can get for rent, what you can expect for your monthly income. It's still a great time to buy investment property. There are still deals out there and opportunities. So if you're interested, give us a call at 352-213-6410.
All right. If you're looking to get into real estate, or change your real estate company, or join a team, or you just want more training or leads or exposure or friends or someone to help you and hold your hand and tell you what you need to do next, thank you, Jose. You can email us at join@buysellrebell.com. We'd love to talk to you and tell you how we can help you build your business.
If you're looking to get social with Rabell Realty Group, I highly encourage you to check out our TikTok, which is getting better and better and more fun.
A lot of fun.
We can post things on there that you can't post on Facebook and Instagram, so it's a little more fun. But also, you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. Like and subscribe.
We love you too. Thank you. And did you know we have a blog? If you didn't know by now, well, we do. buysellrebell.com/blog, where we talk a lot about, or we write a lot about real estate, local events, market changes, and just buying and selling and what you need to do to be prepared for it. And also blogs about ourselves. So you can learn about Rabell Realty Group.
That's right. If you are looking to get into podcasting yourself, we encourage you to call the Fiesta Media at 352-327-5089. You're always welcome to call us and ask us about our experience. And then, of course, come out and try being a guest on the show and see how fun it is.
Right. And we also thank the Fiesta Media for these productions that we have each week. A lot of fun. Thank you so much. All right. We'll see you next week. We'll be back here. Thank you for joining.